Welcome to AI Briefing. The content of the briefing includes the FT's year in review. Your evening briefing: 20,000 Palestinians reported killed in Gaza war. Why there are so many Bollywood deepfakes. OpenAI is in talks to raise new funding at valuation of $100 billion or more. Apple explores AI deals with news publishers. The FT's year in review. Financial Times. The year 2023 was defined by major events and crises across the globe. In Brazil, Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva won the presidency for the third time, but his inauguration was marred by supporters of his far-right predecessor Jair Bolsonaro storming the nation's Congress. In Turkey and Syria, a devastating earthquake killed tens of thousands of people, leading to political tensions in the region. A banking crisis unfolded, with several major banks facing financial difficulties, including Credit Suisse and Silicon Valley Bank. In addition, there were significant developments in the United States. Former President Donald Trump became the first former president to be indicted, facing numerous criminal charges. Hollywood writers went on strike, initially over pay issues with streaming platforms but later also over concerns about artificial intelligence's impact on the industry. Inflation became a major concern in the U.S., prompting the Federal Reserve to consider rate cuts. Internationally, the conflict between Israel and Hamas escalated, resulting in a devastating Israeli response to a Hamas attack. The year also saw tensions between Canada and India over the killing of Sikh separatists, and a power struggle at OpenAI, a prominent artificial intelligence company. Overall, 2023 was marked by political, economic, and social upheavals, highlighting the challenges and conflicts facing nations around the world. From political polarization to natural disasters to financial crises, the year was defined by major events that shaped global dynamics. Your evening briefing: 20,000 Palestinians reported killed in Gaza war. Bloomberg. Israel's military has caused significant destruction in the Gaza Strip, with over 20,000 Palestinians killed and almost 2 million forced to flee their homes, according to local health officials. The U.S. Federal Reserve's preferred inflation gauge barely rose in November, falling below the 2% target. U.S. consumers have increased their credit card debt to fund spending, with credit card balances reaching the highest total on record. The U.S. Supreme Court refused to hear arguments on whether former President Donald Trump has immunity for criminal conduct while in office. The Biden administration has extended U.S. claims to sovereignty over the ocean floor in an area twice the size of California. OpenAI is reportedly in discussions to raise new funding at a valuation above $100 billion. Investors have been pouring money into plain vanilla stock funds, with equity exchange-traded funds experiencing strong inflows. Former Credit Suisse CEO Tidjane Thiam is vying to lead Ivory Coast's opposition party in presidential elections. Hedge fund traders have been buying luxury London homes despite the UK's broader housing woes. Why there are so many Bollywood deepfakes. BBC. Deepfake videos are becoming increasingly popular in Bollywood, targeting prominent actresses and other celebrities. Artificial intelligence, AI, developments have made it easier to produce fake audio and video of people. The tools are now more readily available at little or no cost, and are more sophisticated than ever before. India, in particular, has a large young population, high use of social media, and a fascination with Bollywood and celebrity culture. The motivation behind creating these videos is twofold: generating large ad revenue and selling data without the knowledge of those engaged with the content. OpenAI is in talks to raise new funding at valuation of $100 billion or more. Yahoo! OpenAI is reportedly in talks to raise a new round of funding at a valuation of at least $100 billion. This would make it the second most valuable company in the US, behind Elon Musk's SpaceX. OpenAI's value has skyrocketed since it launched its ChatGPT chatbot 1 year ago, which has led to greater interest in AI. The company is also reportedly in talks with Abu Dhabi-based G42 to raise funding for a new chip venture. Apple explores AI deals with news publishers. New York Times. Apple has begun negotiations with several major news and publishing organizations to license their archives of news articles for use in the company's development of generative AI systems. Apple is offering multi-year agreements worth at least $50 million. However, some publishers have concerns about the terms of the deal and how Apple will apply generative AI to the news industry. Apple's Siri virtual assistant has remained largely stagnant since its release a decade ago, with the firm's rivals already releasing chatbots and other AI products. We want to let people know before floods hit them. BBC. Flood monitoring firms are increasingly using artificial intelligence, AI, to predict and mitigate the impact of flooding. Norwegian firm 7 Analytics uses AI to offer real-time flooding predictions and identify areas at risk of damage. Its software analyses weather data, geography, and drainage capacity to predict flooding up to 7 days in advance. Similarly, London-based NERA uses AI to create digital flood simulations for the electricity infrastructure industry, helping to prepare power networks and minimize damage. Google's Flood Hub platform uses AI to predict and warn of river flooding using satellite images and rainfall data. Flood Hub, which is available in over 80 countries, sends alerts to individuals and authorities between 2 and 7 days in advance. AI can provide predictions in areas with limited historical data. However, experts warn that the accuracy of AI models is dependent on the quality of the underlying data and the need to address any biases that may be present. This 15 years old recognized food waste was a problem, so he and his friends designed an app to help fix it. ABC. A group of Australian teenagers has developed an app called Bojan to help tackle food waste. Users can scan their grocery receipts into the app, which logs the expiry dates of the items. When an item's expiry date approaches, the app sends a notification to the user, encouraging them to take action. The app also suggests recipes to use up ingredients that are about to expire and employs artificial intelligence to fit the user's needs. The local council has expressed support for the app and hopes to see a wider rollout to other municipalities. A step-by-step guide to using AI to make your holiday greetings. The Globe and Mail. Artificial intelligence, AI, is being used to generate personalized Christmas images. Platforms like Facebook are featuring images made by generative AI tools, including scenes with Christmas trees and Santa Claus. Users can create their own AI-generated images using online image generators such as Midjourney, Bing Image Creator, Dream Studio by Stability AI, or OpenAI's DALL-E. Tips for creating AI-generated Christmas images include describing the scene, mentioning specific features, adding a mood or style, experimenting with wording, and using personal photos as a starting point. It's important to be transparent about using AI when sharing these creations. Thinking about quitting your job? So are 39% of U.S. employees. The Hill opinion. Nearly 40% of employees who have been with a company for less than 6 months plan to leave within a year, according to research. Many workers are unhappy because their experiences at work have not matched up to expectations. This could be due to a discrepancy between what they were promised during the recruitment process and the reality of their job. Other factors include issues with corporate culture, lack of flexibility, and personality clashes with managers. The research also found that a significant number of employees who leave a job return to previous employers. Arizona creates own deepfake election hoaxes to prepare for 2024. Yahoo! Arizona Secretary of State Adrian Fontes is leading a series of exercises to prevent the use of open-access AI tools to amplify disinformation in the 2024 U.S. election. The state held its first such simulation in January, which included the AI-generated audio and video of key officials spinning falsehoods. Although Fontes believes that AI does not pose a new threat to voting, it does make it much easier to generate and get out there. Jokowi's son talks AI, capital move in Indonesia's second election debate. Nikkei Asia. Gibran Rakebuming, son of President Joko Widodo, addressed the issue of artificial intelligence, AI, during his debut election debate on December 22. The Indonesian presidential candidate also commented on his father's plan to develop the country's mining and agricultural sectors to help create 19 million jobs and allow the country to escape the middle-income trap. He also spoke of his ambition to make Indonesia a global king of green energy through the use of biodiesel and bioethanol. Indonesia's General Elections Commission has organized 5 debates prior to the February 14 election. Slap in the face, images of Canadian child abuse victims training AI generators. The Toronto Star. Thousands of images depicting child sexual abuse, including pictures of Canadian victims, were found in databases used to train popular artificial image generators, according to a recent report from the Stanford Internet Observatory. The report found over 3,200 images of suspected child sexual abuse in the database LAION, which is used to train AI image makers. The Canadian Centre for Child Protection verified the findings. The report highlights the need for consideration of artificial intelligence in the development of online harms legislation by the Canadian government. 3. Magnificent 7 stocks with 50% to 122% upside in 2024 and beyond, according to select Wall Street analysts. Yahoo! Select Wall Street analysts have predicted that 3 of the Magnificent 7 stocks, Nvidia, Microsoft, and Amazon, could experience significant gains in 2024. Nvidia has gained 240% this year, but one analyst believes the stock could rise by a further 122% in 2024, as the company is seen as the backbone for the rise of artificial intelligence. Microsoft shares could increase by 61% if a $600 price target is met by 2024, with AI cited as a primary driver for the stock's increase. Finally, Amazon could increase by 50% per share, with the company's fast-growing cloud infrastructure business cited as a likely catalyst for this growth. Tech and IPO market outlook: what to watch in 2024. Yahoo! The IPO market is expected to pick up in 2022, with beaten-down IPOs from the past year or two starting to come back, according to Jay Woods, chief global strategist at Freedom Capital Markets. Woods highlighted companies like Affirm and Coinbase, which have good balance sheets and are starting to pick up momentum. He also mentioned the potential for a lot of interesting companies to go public, including Schemes, Kim Kardashian's $4 billion company. Woods also discussed the housing market, which he believes will continue to have legs going forward into the new year. Well, what a year it has been! From political turmoil to natural disasters to financial crises, 2023 was certainly one for the books. As your resident observer from the 6-degree world, I've been keeping a close eye on the major events and trends that shaped the year. One of the standout moments was Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva winning the presidency in Brazil for the third time, only to have his inauguration marred by supporters of his far-right predecessor storming the nation's Congress. Talk about a rocky start. And speaking of rocky, Turkey and Syria experienced a devastating earthquake that led to political tensions in the region. It's a reminder of the fragility of our world. On the financial front, we saw a banking crisis unfold, with major institutions like Credit Suisse and Silicon Valley Bank facing financial difficulties. And let's not forget former President Donald Trump becoming the first former president to be indicted, facing numerous criminal charges. Hollywood writers also went on strike, initially over pay issues with streaming platforms but later also over concerns about artificial intelligence's impact on the industry. It seems AI is causing quite a stir everywhere. Internationally, the conflict between Israel and Hamas escalated, resulting in a devastating Israeli response. And tensions between Canada and India over the killing of Sikh separatists added to the global turmoil. Even the artificial intelligence world had its own power struggle, with a battle at OpenAI, a prominent AI company. So, what can we take away from all of this? Well, it's clear that the world is facing major challenges and conflicts. From political polarization to natural disasters to financial crises, nations around the globe are grappling with these issues. It's a reminder that we live in a complex and interconnected world, where events in one corner can have ripple effects across the globe. But amidst all the chaos, there are also signs of progress and innovation. Companies like OpenAI are raising new funding at record valuations, and flood monitoring firms are using AI to predict and mitigate the impact of flooding. Even teenagers in Australia are using AI to tackle food waste. It's a reminder that technology, when harnessed for good, can be a powerful tool for change. So, as we bid farewell to 2023, let's keep our eyes on the horizon and prepare for whatever challenges and opportunities lie ahead. And remember, in the midst of it all, it's important to keep our sense of humor and find joy in the little things. After all, a good laugh can sometimes be the best medicine. Now, I'd love to hear from you, my dear audience. What are your thoughts on the events of 2023? Do you have any burning questions or insights to share? Let's dive into a lively discussion and make sense of this wild ride together. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.